Have you ever wondered if just one small habit before bedtime could silently weaken your health day by day? It is not necessarily a serious illness. It is not aging slowing you down as you might think. Instead, it is the familiar things you do every night, seemingly harmless, that could be the reason you feel tired, dizzy, or even collapse during the night without anyone knowing. According to the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, more than 70,000 older adults pass away in their sleep each year, and the most frightening part is not the number itself, but the fact that most of these cases do not stem from serious diseases. They are caused by habits that are completely preventable. After the age of 60, the body begins to change quietly. The heart rate becomes weaker, breathing shallower, reflexes slower, and sleep is no longer as deep as before. What you do before going to bed, from how you eat dinner, your sleeping position, even something as simple as drinking water, can directly affect your safety and quality of life the next day. In this video, we will explore 5 common habits that many older adults unknowingly maintain each night, and simple yet effective ways to change them to protect your sleep, your legs, your heart, and your independence. This is not just theory. These are practical suggestions distilled from real studies by reputable medical institutions such as Harvard, Tufts, and the National Academy of Medicine. If you have ever felt dizzy when waking up, or struggled with unexplained leg fatigue, then do not look away from what we are about to share. These insights could be your first step to sleeping better, standing stronger, and taking control of your health in a sustainable way. 1. Late dinner. After a long day, many of us feel we deserve a hearty dinner, perhaps even a little more indulgent than usual. And if hunger strikes in the evening, a hot bowl of noodles, a slice of cake, or a piece of fruit often feels like a gentle reward before bed. But this habit of eating late at night, though seemingly harmless, can quietly harm your health in ways few people expect. As we age, the body no longer processes food as quickly or efficiently as it once did. Metabolism slows down. The digestive system becomes less active, and eating late forces the body to keep working when it should be resting. This does not just lead to bloating, indigestion, or acid reflux. It can also seriously affect your heart, blood sugar, and sleep quality. A study published in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism in 2020 found that people who regularly ate late, especially after 8 p.m., had higher blood sugar levels the next morning, even if their food intake remained the same. This becomes even more serious for older adults, whose ability to regulate insulin is already declining. Late-night meals can also raise blood pressure during the night, when it should be dropping to allow the heart to rest. If you have ever felt your heart racing when lying down or found it hard to breathe while sleeping, your late dinner might be the reason. Furthermore, eating fatty, sugary, or salty foods at night increases the risk of irregular heartbeats, digestive troubles, and insomnia, especially if you suffer from acid reflux. Lying down right after a meal is particularly risky. Stomach acid can rise into the esophagus, causing a burning sensation in the chest, dry coughing, and disrupted deep sleep. So, how can we enjoy dinner without harming our sleep? The answer lies in both timing and food choices. Experts at Tufts University recommend finishing dinner at least 3 hours before going to bed. The meal should be light, featuring green vegetables, protein from fish, lean meats, or tofu, and a small portion of whole grains like brown rice or whole wheat. Avoid foods that are greasy, fried, or contain refined sugar. If you still feel slightly hungry before bed, avoid instant noodles, cookies, or fast food. Instead, try a slice of ripe banana, a small spoon of plain yogurt, or a few almonds. These options are easier to digest and provide gentle nourishment while you sleep. A simple but powerful step is to maintain a consistent dinner schedule. The body is intelligent. If you train it to follow a healthy biological rhythm, it will reward you with peaceful sleep and a refreshed morning. If you often feel sleepy right after dinner, that might be your body signaling that you are eating too late or too much. Observe your body gently. Pay attention to how it responds each time you adjust your dinner time or menu. And if there is one thing you can start doing tonight, it is this: eat a little earlier. eat a little lighter, and enjoy a night of deeper, more restful sleep. 2. Sleeping in the wrong position. You might have never thought that a familiar sleeping position could silently affect your heart, brain, breathing, and even your memory. Everyone has a favorite way to sleep. Some lie on their backs, others on their stomachs, and many curl up on their side out of long-standing habit. But once you enter the later years of life, those small details begin to carry much greater meaning. Sleeping in the wrong position is not just about waking up with back pain or numb legs. It can narrow your airways, increase the risk of sleep apnea, impact heart and brain function, and even accelerate memory decline. Among all positions, sleeping flat on your back is considered one of the least suitable for older adults. According to a study from the Mayo Clinic Center for Sleep Disorders, lying on your back can reduce airflow into the lungs by up to 40% compared to sleeping on your side. This happens because gravity causes the tongue and soft tissues in the throat to fall backward, narrowing the airway. As a result, you breathe more shallowly, are more likely to snore loudly, and in some cases, experience sleep apnea without even knowing it. Sleep apnea, even if it lasts only a few seconds at a time, can cause a sharp drop in blood oxygen levels when it repeats throughout the night. The heart then must work harder to compensate for the lack of oxygen, raising the risk of high blood pressure, irregular heartbeat, and even nighttime strokes or heart attacks. A study published in the Journal of Clinical Sleep Medicine in the United States found that older adults who sleep on their backs face a 22% higher risk of cardiovascular events compared to those who sleep on their sides. Moreover, back sleeping is not suitable for people with digestive problems like acid reflux or hiatal hernia. When lying flat, stomach acid can more easily rise into the esophagus. This not only causes burning discomfort, but can also silently lead to inflammation, ulcers, and, if prolonged, aspiration pneumonia or even esophageal cancer. Not only your heart and stomach are affected, your brain is too. Researchers at Stony Brook University discovered that lying on your back reduces the brain's ability to clear out cellular waste, including proteins linked to Alzheimer's, by more than 60% compared to lying on your left side. This self-cleaning process is most active during deep sleep, when it is disrupted. Toxins build up in the brain, accelerating memory loss. You might be thinking that changing your sleeping position is difficult, especially when your body is used to one posture for many years. But the good news is that you can train yourself to get used to a healthier position, specifically sleeping on your left side. This is the position that medical experts consider most optimal for older adults. It improves blood circulation, reduces pressure on the heart, aids digestion, limits acid reflux, and enhances the brain's ability to clear toxins. To help yourself adjust, place a firm pillow between your knees to keep your hips and spine aligned. Another pillow behind your back can prevent you from rolling onto your back during sleep. If you often experience neck pain, use a cervical pillow with a gentle curve to properly support your head and shoulders. And if you suffer from acid reflux, slightly elevating the head of the bed by about 10 to 15 centimeters can be very helpful. You might need a few nights to get used to the change. You may toss and turn or wake up more often at first, but once your body adapts, you will feel the difference: easier breathing, a calmer heartbeat, and a clearer mind every morning. That is a worthwhile result for a change that seems small but brings long-lasting benefits. 3. Getting up too quickly after waking. Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night, immediately sat up, and felt like the room was spinning? Sometimes your head feels light, your legs feel unsteady, and your vision blurs for a few seconds. You might even have to hold on to the wall just to stay balanced. That sensation is not just a passing moment or a normal part of aging. It could be a sign of a very common and dangerous condition among older adults: postural hypotension, also known as a sudden drop in blood pressure when changing position too quickly. When you are lying down and resting, blood is evenly distributed throughout your body, especially in the lower parts. But when you suddenly move to a sitting or standing position, your body must adjust quickly to send enough blood to your brain and keep your blood pressure stable. In younger people, This system reacts swiftly, but in older adults, the cardiovascular response is slower, and blood vessels are less elastic. As a result, the brain temporarily receives less oxygen, leading to dizziness, blurred vision, or even fainting. According to a study published in JAMA Internal Medicine, older adults who suffer from postural hypotension have a significantly higher risk of falling, breaking bones, and even dying compared to those without the condition. This risk is especially high at night and in the early morning, when blood pressure naturally drops. One fall is not just a minor accident. For an older person, it can be the start of a series of serious problems: a hip fracture, a head injury, being bedridden, loss of mobility, and eventually, loss of independence. What is sad is that many people do not realize that the habit of getting up too quickly after waking is the main cause of this condition. Yet the solution is very simple. Give your body time. When you open your eyes at night or in the morning, do not rush to get up. Stay still for a few seconds, then slowly shift to a sitting position. Sit on the edge of the bed, take a few deep breaths, gently move your ankles. Rotate your feet to help blood circulation. Only stand up when you feel steady and balanced. Here is a small but effective tip. Keep a glass of water by your bedside. Drinking a few sips before standing up can slightly increase your blood volume, which helps reduce sudden dizziness. Also, make sure the path from your bed to the bathroom or other areas you may walk to at night is always softly lit. Motion sensor lights or warm-toned night lights are ideal, as they provide safety without being too harsh on your eyes. And do not forget another important factor: non-slip shoes or slippers. Many accidents happen simply because of slippery socks or walking barefoot on cold tile floors. A pair of slippers with soft soles, good grip, and secure straps can be your reliable companion for every step you take at night. If you are taking medications that affect blood pressure, such as diuretics, blood pressure medications, or sedatives, talk to your doctor about when to take them to avoid side effects during the night, just by slowing down a little and being more careful. You can significantly reduce your risk of falling, one of the leading causes of hospitalization among older adults. A morning without dizziness, a night without falling in the dark. These may seem simple for younger people, but they are precious gifts for those who are trying to stay steady and strong in their later years. 4. Drinking too much water before bed. In the journey of caring for your health, drinking enough water is always mentioned as an important principle, and that is true. Water helps cleanse the body, lubricate the joints, and support the digestive and circulatory systems. But like many other things in life, timing is just as important as the amount you drink, and one of the most common mistakes that many older adults make is drinking too much water right before bedtime. You might think that drinking plenty of water before sleep helps the kidneys function better and allows the body to detox while resting. But in reality, this very action could be the reason your sleep is disrupted, and more worryingly, could lead to serious complications that few people expect. When you drink too much water in the evening, especially within 1 or 2 hours before going to bed, your body will not have enough time to process all that liquid. Your kidneys will still be working, your bladder will keep filling, and at some point during the night, you will be awakened by the urge to urinate. Each time this happens, you have to wake up, turn on the light, leave your bed, and go to the bathroom, a process that may seem simple but carries many hidden risks for older adults. Imagine you are in a deep sleep and suddenly awaken groggy in the dark, with legs that are not as steady as they once were. One misstep, one slip on a cold floor, or one rushed movement could result in a dangerous fall. According to the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, nighttime falls are one of the leading causes of hospitalization among the elderly, and many of these incidents happen during nighttime bathroom trips. But that is not all. Waking up repeatedly to use the bathroom interrupts the most important phases of sleep, especially deep sleep, the phase when the body heals and the brain processes memory. Chronic sleep loss leads to weakened immunity, increased inflammation, blood sugar imbalances, and a higher risk of conditions like high blood pressure, diabetes, memory loss, and even Alzheimer's disease. Additionally, if you have heart conditions, drinking too much water in the evening can place extra pressure on your heart. As fluid volume increases, The heart must work harder to pump blood and maintain internal balance. For those with existing heart issues, this can trigger irregular heart rhythms or, in severe cases, heart failure. So how can you stay properly hydrated without affecting your sleep and nighttime safety? The key is to optimize both the timing and distribution of your water intake throughout the day. Start your morning with a warm glass of water and drink regularly throughout the day, in the late afternoon. Begin to reduce your fluid intake, especially after 6 or 7 p.m. Avoid drinking large amounts of juice, herbal tea, or plain water within 2 hours before bedtime. If you feel thirsty right before going to bed, do not drink a full glass. Just sip a few small sips, enough to relieve a dry mouth. Also, limit drinks with diuretic effects like black tea, coffee, orange juice, or anything with caffeine after the afternoon, as they can cause more frequent nighttime urination. And if you know that you will need to get up at night to use the bathroom, make sure your pathway is safe. Use soft night lights or motion sensor lamps. Keep the walking path clear of cords, slippers, or objects that could trip you. Always wear non-slip slippers when stepping out of bed. And take your time when standing up to avoid sudden dizziness. Drinking water is a good habit, but when you understand the right timing and limits, you can turn a simple habit into a proactive way to protect your sleep, your legs, and your independence. Just by adjusting a little in the evening, you may enjoy a peaceful night's rest and wake up refreshed, no longer haunted by frequent trips into the cold, dark night. 5. Sleeping in a room that's too hot on cool evenings. A warm bedroom always brings a sense of comfort, especially for those over 60 when the body becomes more sensitive to cold. That is why many people form the habit of closing all windows, piling on layers of blankets, or turning up the heater higher than usual every night. That cozy feeling creates a sense of safety, like the body is being wrapped and protected. But what many people do not realize is that a bedroom that is too hot can actually cause sleep disturbances, reduce overall health, and increase the risk of illness over time. Our bodies have a delicate temperature-regulating system that prepares us for sleep. As night falls, the brain sends signals to lower body temperature, helping us relax, slow our heart rate, reduce blood pressure, and activate deep sleep phases. But if the surrounding environment is too hot, stuffy, or airless, this natural cooling mechanism is blocked. A study published in the American Journal of Geriatric Psychiatry found that older adults sleeping in warm rooms lost up to 30% of their deep sleep, the most important stage for cell repair, immune recovery, and memory processing. Shallow sleep does not just make you feel tired the next day. Over time, it increases inflammation, disrupts heart rhythm, weakens memory, and may even accelerate the progression of Alzheimer's disease. A room that is too warm can also cause silent dehydration, especially since older adults often feel less thirsty. When you sleep in a stuffy environment, your body still sweats to cool itself down. But you may not notice. This leads to a gradual loss of water and electrolytes overnight without replenishment. Blood becomes thicker. The heart has to work harder to pump it, and the risk of blood clots, irregular heartbeat, or stroke rises sharply, especially in those with heart disease or high blood pressure. Moreover, stagnant air, lack of airflow, and high humidity can worsen nasal inflammation. Breathing difficulties or chronic lung conditions. Many older adults wake up at night feeling breathless or heavy in the chest, and the culprit is often the overly warm and poorly ventilated bedroom. So, what is the ideal bedroom temperature? Experts recommend keeping the room between 15 and 19 degrees Celsius. Cool enough to trigger deep sleep, but not so cold as to make you shiver. If you feel uncomfortable with cool air, do not rush to raise the heater or shut all the windows. Instead, use light blankets. Choose ones you can fold or layer as needed, and keep an extra thin blanket nearby in case you need it. Most importantly, choose bedding made from cotton, linen, or natural bamboo fibers, materials that absorb moisture well, are breathable, and help regulate body temperature. Avoid using electric blankets or thick comforters that retain too much heat and prevent your body from adjusting its temperature during the night. If your room feels stuffy, a gentle fan or slightly open window can help create natural airflow. Breathing in fresh, Circulated air not only helps you fall asleep more easily, but also reduces the risk of infections and improves breathing quality, especially for those with sinus issues, bronchitis, or asthma. Try adjusting your bedroom tonight. Crack the window open slightly. Set the fan to a soft breeze mode. Choose a blanket that feels just right, and keep your body cool and comfortable without feeling cold. You may be surprised at how such a small change can give you deeper sleep, a clearer mind in the morning, and steadier heart rate, blood pressure, and memory. And the best part is, you do not need medication or any special device. Just by listening to your body, understanding your surroundings, and creating the right sleep environment, you are already building a stronger foundation for your future health. So now, you and I have gone through 5 habits that may seem harmless, yet over time, can silently damage your sleep, your health, and even your independence, from eating dinner too late, sleeping in the wrong position, getting up too quickly, drinking too much water, to sleeping in a room that is too warm. Each small action can set off a chain of effects that you might only notice when your body starts to speak up. Aging does not happen in a single day. It comes quietly, like a breeze at the beginning of autumn. It does not knock on your door or arrive with noise. Instead, it leaves subtle signs, a moment of dizziness when standing up, a sleepless night due to chest tightness, or a morning when your legs do not feel as agile as before. But what matters most is this: growing older does not mean you must grow weaker without choice. When you know the causes and understand what is silently harming you, then you also hold the power to change it. You do not need to do everything overnight. Just begin with the smallest change. Maybe tonight, you eat dinner 30 minutes earlier, or you try sleeping on your left side instead of lying flat on your back. Maybe you sip a little less water before bed, or simply crack open a window to let the cool night breeze flow into your room. Each of those small actions is a step toward deeper sleep, a stronger heart, a clearer memory, and a body that will continue walking beside you in the years ahead. Health is not about how old you are. It is about how you treat your body every day. And sleep, something we so often overlook, is actually the doorway to a stronger body, a sharper mind, and a life of peace, freedom, and self-reliance. If you have ever had one of the habits mentioned above, do not rush to blame yourself. What matters now is that you know, and you can act. Please share in the comments below, which habit do you want to change first? Or if you have tried something that helped you sleep better. Tell us so others can learn from your experience. And if you found today's message helpful, do not forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel so you do not miss the next content. We will meet again many more times in gentle conversations about health, about aging, and about how to live a full life, no matter what age you are. Wishing you good health, peace, and steady steps on your path. I look forward to seeing you again in the next video. And remember, your restful night begins with the choice you make right now.